Good evening, guys. It is Jules, and welcome to an evening video. It is after 10 o'clock, and this is part 3, finally, book reviews, and it's the last one, finally, and I'll be caught up. So we're going to jump into these. I'm going to be talking to you about 4 books. This is going to be the shortest amount of books, but this one might be the longest video out of the 3 videos, because the first one ended up being 11 minutes, the second one was like 9 something. This one might end up being past that, because these are some of my favorite books in this video. Well, actually all of them. So, because they're 4-star and 5-star ratings, so we're going to jump into this. Book 1 is The Girls by Emma Cline. This book actually made me uncomfortable, which I'm happy about and not at the same time, because it's like, the character, I forget, Evie. It was at 14, and she ends up in somewhere else because she ran from home, sort of. She ends up in this kind of situation where kids just didn't care, I guess, in a way, and all that, and the main person was not making things any better, because they would just improve it in a totally wrongful type of way, and make them think otherwise, that they weren't, I guess, good enough partly, and then other things to convince them of. And back at home, she was having struggles at home, but so much of it was so hard to read at times, because this was just like possible, like back in the 50s and 60s, and this is set in the 60s. So yeah, it was like, it made you learn something out of it, I guess, a lesson of it, that things ain't always perfect. Things ain't gonna always go as planned. That's probably the best way to put it. Things don't always go as planned. And also, it's sad that some kids try to find belonging by going different places and all that, and ending up in kind of some trouble, and it can lead to a very bad type of living for them, or worse, or it could end really well. So it just depends. This book definitely was entertaining, and was uncomfortable, but it kept me wanting to know what was going to happen next. I was actually praying that things would go good for Evie, but I knew, however it was was already written that way, so, but I still hoped for her, and I was actually glad on how things end up playing out. So definitely recommend The Girls if you like books where it's diverse and puts you in that kind of state of mind, like, no, don't do that, but you still end up just loving the book, even though it made you uncomfortable, which this book did. But I love this book because it kept me just wanting to know more, just keep turning that page, because I wanted to know what happened. That's that book, and I gave that book 5 stars. All around, a good book that should be read. Definitely be read. And then, it would give a good type of lesson in this book. I think it really would show what could possibly happen in one perspective. Definitely. At least one good lesson out of it. And then book 2 is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. Oh my god. I laughed. I cried. I chuckled. I went, what? Really? So yeah, I did all that while reading this book, and it was a 5-star rating for me, guys. 5-star. I love this book. The characters, yeah, the sweet sister Felicity, and that loved to read, and the quiet kind of one. And then you had Monty, her brother, and he was kind of sophisticated, but then again, he wasn't. He liked to get in trouble, which ain't always a good thing. And then he had a crush on his friend, Percy, that was colored, and there was a lot of diverse around this book that they went on a trip in London, before they were all gonna go to school, I believe, college and stuff. They were taking this adventure first and all that. And things happened, things got crazy, things got interesting, and I could not stop listening to this book. It was so hard to shut off at night, especially because it was getting so good. It was so good. It was so good and funny. It made me laugh, even in public, and all those. And very enjoyable. I totally recommend this book. Check it out if you love a book that will keep you entertained and turn that page or keep wanting to listen. This is one book definitely to check out. Totally love this book. Book 3 is The Apartment by S.L. Gray. This book, I believe I gave it 4 stars. I can't remember. But, oh my god, this book, it gave me, be very surprised on how it ended up with 4 stars. Because I actually thought I was not actually going to like this book. I should say I thought maybe 50-50 maybe. But I found out about this book through the whole bookworm, Jade. Hi, Jade. And oh my amazing. This book really actually surprised me because it did creep me out. For a small book, it did creep me out. And also I managed to read 90%. Yeah, I'm not joking either. Maybe not exactly 90%, but I should say it was over probably half, so maybe at least 70% of the book in one day. In one day. And I started this book actually on Halloween. Yeah, I'll never forget this. I started this book on Halloween because I wanted to read at least one scary book during Halloween. I didn't really get to any scary books, so right on Halloween, I was like, I'm going to read at least half this book or as much as I can. Yeah, I was reading this book, and even though it was seriously creeping me out, where I almost stopped the book, and there was times I ended up stopping. I was like, I gotta put this down, take a breather, because it was just a bit creepy. But I did read over 100 pages that day, and then the next day, I didn't read. I just took a whole day off. Whole day off. And then the next day, I read it on my commute on the bus to work, and that week, and finished it. And well, I should say I finished part of it, and then I finished the rest at home that night, and then I just put it down. I was like, okay, we gotta think about this. I gave it 4 stars. I was like, this was a good book. Probably I'll never read it again, but it was a good book. Then again, maybe. So, but definitely a good Halloween book to read. If you just, if you're not the scary type of person that gets jumpy really easy, this book would be for you because it's not real scary, but more creepy, but enough where it's not gory or anything. It's just creepy, strange, weird kind of feel, which was perfect because it takes a lot for me to read really scary books. But I read Dean Koontz book, and that was Dragon Eyes. That was actually good. That was weird, strange, and a bit disgusting. But Dragon Tears by Dean Koontz, I believe I gave it 4 stars. But like that one might be 50-50 if I read it again or not. So, but that wasn't real. That was extra mentioning. So that book don't really count. But the apartment does. So now on to the last book. We have Hunting Prince Dracula by Kerri Mansicalo. Yeah, this is another good book. I forget if I gave it 4 or 5 stars. I can't remember. Sorry, guys. But it's still in the love category that books I really enjoyed. This book, you follow again, Audrey Rose. I had to think a minute. Audrey Rose. And also Thomas. And Adventure in, I think they're in New York or London. I forget where again. And they're in forensics. And they're trying to figure out their classes and stuff. And she keeps remembering the past of Jack the Ripper, and now some crazy stuff are happening again, and yeah, they can't figure it out right away. So adventure just keeps on happening. But there's also a little bit of adventure that kind of happens between them too. But where does it go? Well, you'll have to read the book to find out if it goes anywhere or not. Because if I keep going, I'm going to spoil something. But yeah, all around, a good story. I love the book. There's a part in the book, one of the pictures, one of the photographs. Yeah, I read the page. And it was only half the page because it was the end of the chapter, turned the page, and literally I jumped. Yeah, I'm not joking. I actually jumped. I immediately covered the picture up for a minute, and kind of breathe. It's just a picture. So yeah, that's a fun fact. That's why when I read scary books, I usually read them just during the day, but I've been reading more at night. But yeah, making myself a little uncomfortable at times, but hey. Sometimes it's funny, and I get a kick out of it. Because I laugh, or if I trip over my own feet when I'm reading the book. Because sometimes I'll walk back and forth through my house reading, standing too. And just, around my house. So, yeah. I did that with that book. And, so, yeah. But when that little incident happened, I was sitting in my blue chair, and yeah. I think my hun was laughing too on that one. So, it happens. But anyways, that is it for this video. And like, I figured this video is going to be a tad longer. I hope you enjoyed this quirky video. But I hopefully have my Cramathon TBR up tomorrow morning. I'm gonna try. So expect that, and whatever you guys think I should probably do next and all that, you can let me know in the comments down below. What other idea videos you would like me to do. But that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll have a good night, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.